Hello there, people of YouTube! This is a very exciting day in history. I'm sure you all know. Because today, Star Wars: The Force Awakens has officially been released. I have not seen it yet. I'm really excited to see it. I'm seeing it tonight. So I'm really happy. Oh my god. So, because of that, I'm gonna play some Star Wars. Because that's all I want to do right now. So let's play some Star Wars. Okay? Alright. Ugh. Oh, it's starting. Okay. That dude looks just as lost as I looked. He's kind of trying to figure out what's going on. So anyway, this is the Battle of Jakku free DLC. It's available for everybody now. It wasn't before. But it's like, I barely played it. And it looks pretty cool. But I thought like they were gonna add one of the single player missions, like to show off these maps, which they didn't end up doing, which I was kind of upset about. But you know, that's okay. It's a multiplayer based game, so it's understandable. Hey, come here! A lot of people have like mixed feelings about this game, and I'm one of them. I played the original Battlefront, and I loved it, and I played the second one, and I loved it, and when this was announced, I was really, really excited, and I wasn't sure, you know, like if it was going to be just like the originals, or, you know, like if DICE was just going to do a Battlefield version of Star Wars, basically. And then they started showing trailers, and I was like, alright, this looks pretty cool. Like, the graphics are beautiful, and the sound effects are great. Like, the sound design in this game is absolutely phenomenal. And then, when I started seeing more of it, I was like, well, wait, there's pickups now? Like, this? There's item pickups? What is it? What? And then I got confused. And then I played the and then I saw people playing the beta, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll go play it. So I went and played it, and I realized that the heroes are pickups now. Which is fine, I guess, but the way they did it made it so that everybody is, like, you have to be camping in that spot to be able to pick up that hero. And people do it all the time. And never have I once, I don't think yet, and I've put a lot of time into this game, never have I once picked up a hero token. Like, other than playing the hero battle segment, which, you know, automatically assigns the heroes, I've never picked up a hero token. In Fighter Squadron, I have never picked up a Millennium Falcon token, or Boba Fett's Slave 1 token. So, like, that's one of my big arguments about why I really was conflicted about this game. Don't get me wrong, it's a great game. It's fun. Like, you can have endless hours of fun with it, and it's different, like, every game. It's not always the same thing. There's numerous game types. There's a season pass, so they're going to be coming out with more. But my expectations were a lot higher, and it was a bit of a letdown for how high my expectations were. But one thing I think that they did really well was the fact that they wanted to incorporate new players into Battlefront for those of who haven't played the originals. Like, you have a whole new generation of gamers, and not all of them were able to play the original Battlefronts, so you gotta kind of try and figure out, okay, what would people want to play? What looks cool? Well, multiplayer games are a big deal right now, and part of what made the original Battlefront so freaking awesome was there was actually a single-player campaign, as well as really fun, like, regular bot AI battles, and Galactic Conquest, and, like, all of this cool additional stuff. And they didn't do that at all with this, or at least not yet. Like, I'm really hoping the DLC is going to be a lot more of, like, the original stuff. Like, I'm really hoping that DICE actually listens to people's feedback, because I know I'm not the only one with this sort of mindset. And I really hope that DICE goes, you know what, maybe we should bring back a bunch of old stuff and incorporate it into the game, like Galactic Conquest, or Space Battles, Space battles were so cool. I love space battles. If they had fucking space battles added in a new DLC from the new movie, I would be on that for hours. I would abandon everything else. Like, seriously, if you did that, that would be amazing. But right now, we just have Fire Squadron, which isn't horrible. Like, it's a lot of fun. I like the new flying. It's, like, it's not as simmy, which, you know, I don't necessarily like, because I liked the simulation flight style of the original games a lot better, but, you know, like, oh my gosh, it's really basic in this game, which makes it easier for people to pick up on and easier to fly, but it's also just kind of unfortunate for those of us who have, you know, a big history with the older games. Oh, the sound design. Like, I cannot get over the fucking sound design for this game. It's so good. It's amazing. Like, they got all the right audio, and just the sounds of the blasters are amazing, and the ships, and it brings tears to my eyes, because it's really cool, and I love you, Star Wars. Then flying a snowspeeder, which is fun, and you can switch to first person, although flying first person in this game is like trying to touch your toes with your hands tied over your head on a wall and your feet tied to the bed while your wife is about. That's what it's like. It's really hard. Oh god. Oh god. Holy shit. You cannot touch me, Mr. Walker. I will take you down first. Or I will take down this soldier. Yeah. But yeah, like this game is really good. If you were thinking about picking it up and like wasn't sure whether you'd pick it up or not, I would suggest picking it up. Like, honestly, there's no argument that it's a fantastic game. I mean, it got really good reviews everywhere and stuff. It's just, if you're a big fan of the original series, then it's going to be a bit of a letdown. In the originals, there were soldier classes, specific soldier classes that you could pick from that let you choose specific weapons that you couldn't, like, customize around. So, like, you wanted a missile launcher, you picked the missile launcher class. You wanted fucking, you know, the rifle that the clone troopers carry, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, then you could just pick that class, and like, it's all good. You don't have just like one character that you have to swap out different guns for, and like only 2 loadouts. You can pick from all the guns in the game, like that's a cool part, I'll admit, but like, that's only before matches and on the main menu. Or, well, no, you can do it during matches too, but rather than making quick slots where you can, like, you know, select a class that you've already got customized, they have just a list of guns that you can pick from that you've unlocked. And, like, I think that's fine. It's a good idea. It's nicely executed, but, oh god, I knew I was gonna go down there. There was no question I was gonna go down at some point. I don't know. I'm one of those people that, when you're given too much customization, I get unhappy because it's too much. And it sounds like a really bad, like, dude, more customization would be better because it lets the player have more choice in the game, which I think is a great idea. But there's just a certain point where I'm like, oh no, god no, it's too much, I wish this wasn't happening. I'm just really hyped for this movie. It's gonna be so good. Oh my god, it's getting good reviews everywhere. Like, everyone's so hyped about it. I'm so hyped about it. Freaking J.J. Abrams is awesome, other than his excessive use of lens flare, which is a little ridiculous. Come on, J.J., what are you, obsessed with it? Like, Jesus. It's a little crazy. I was a little confused because I thought they were going to be reskinning all the soldiers and everything to be fitting the new movie. And then I talked to somebody and they were like, well, that wouldn't make sense because this takes place 30 years before. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't remember that. So this actual map takes place way before the movie. And you can see the downed Star Destroyer right there, which is in the trailer with Rey, and she passes it on her little spear, which makes a lot of sense. But I thought, like, they were gonna do a complete reskin. I don't like you. While we're in the final countdown, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like or a comment letting me know if I should do something like this again. And why not subscribe? It's free, and there's, like, no other downside to it. You can unsubscribe at any time. I mean, like, there's a button. You can unsubscribe if you want. And it's just, like, I don't know. You just